Hi, I'm Jennifer Carter, and thank you for joining me on a podcast for parents, teachers, and administrators. Today's conversation should be a good one, and I'm sure it's something on your mind. So let's get to it.
All right, Zabrielle, thank you so much for joining me. Today, we're going to be covering a wide range of things that are pretty focused on budget and putting things on our body, like clothing or costumes or dressing up for interviews. So we're going to kind of cover it's going to be a wide conversation, a wide ranging conversation. But before we get into it, and before we start the podcast, I would like for you to introduce yourself and just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hello, my name is Zabrielle Little. I am a content creator and influencer, and I own a small business for surprise jewelry reveals with Bomb Party. And so I started my journey 7 years ago on social media selling jewelry, and that kind of led into me being obsessed with creating content and learning things about the algorithm. And fashion, beauty has always been a part of my background because of my modeling. So I've learned how to style myself, beauty tips, skincare, fashion. And now that I'm a mother of twins, balling on a budget because everything is doubled is a must.
Yeah. And let me just say this has nothing to do with any of that. I have 2 boys. I will say save for groceries and not for college, because you get scholarships to go to college. You do not get scholarships to feed two giant boys.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
they need a lot. Pro mom tip, right? So tell me a little bit about, gosh, where to begin? I have a lot of questions. Where did you model? Tell us a little bit about your modeling background.
So I started in Portland, Oregon, because that's originally where I'm from. I modeled in Portland, Oregon, and then I actually moved to Las Vegas, and I started modeling in Vegas. It was close to LA, but I didn't have to live in LA with the expensiveness of, the prices in California where I live now. But I modeled for 16 years. So I've done runway. There was a runway show in Las Vegas called a Fashion Show Mall where the runway would come out and we would model all of the stores, clothings every weekend. And it was just such a fun, beautiful experience. I've done print ads. I've been in a lot of different kind of shows. There's so many ways to model. So yeah, it was a really fun experience.
Interesting. Because I have a cousin who models, and she modeled for the Ebony Fashion Fair tour for years.
Oh, I've been to one of those. They're so amazing and inspirational.
Yeah. She still models. We can talk about that. Maybe I can give her a shout out. It's Anne Levy. We can give her a little bit of a shout out. And she produces fashion shows. And what is actually a nice segue, she produces fashion shows, and much of the fashion that they show is accessible. It's not like runway or haute couture or, fashion week fashion. It's really nice clothing that you can wear to any occasion. And so with your modeling background and with your background in that field, how can regular people style themselves and make sure that they put things on their body in a way that makes them feel confident, no matter their size or their shape or their color?
I love that. I am such a thrifter. I love thrifting. It's fun. You get clothes that you wouldn't normally find in a retail store. Sometimes you can take them and upstyle them, which means you can add your own, cut it or add something to it to make it your own. I love Savers. Savers is probably my number one spot for thrifting, and Goodwill, obviously. What I love about these stores is that there's something for all shapes and sizes there, all genders. And I love that I can go to one place and search for things that I need. And you can even find some really good vintage stuff from way back in the day. I love it so much. And you can find things there that you wouldn't find at the mall. You know what I'm saying? And then you also can find some stuff there because sometimes the mall or different places, they donate their brand new stuff to Goodwill or Savers.
Mm-hmm. So what would you say, what are some tips you could give to people? Because I know, especially a lot of women and young women, it feels like there's two extremes. There's and nothing's wrong with either. I just want to say that. There's like the Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion, where it's very tight and revealing, or it's the other end where you just wear like big t-shirts and baggy pants all the time and you hide your body. How do you figure out what to put on yourself? What tips can you give us where you don't want to be on either of those extremes, but you just want to look feminine, or you just want to look, even for men, like you want to look handsome without being like either extreme?
Well, I've been both extremes and I'm finding my middle ground right now. So that's a perfect question. So I think it first starts with just being confident in yourself, knowing who you are. And when you have a sense of self, it makes it easier to express yourself creatively and not really care what's happening outside of your space. You know what I'm saying? What Cardi B's wearing, or what like the top, influencers are wearing. You're going to want to find something that fits your body type. We all have so many different shapes and sizes, and that's what makes us unique, and that's what makes us beautiful. But you really want to find something that's comfortable. For me, my top things are, I want something that's comfortable. I'm running around a lot. I'm a mother. I'm a business owner. I've got lots of things to get done throughout the day. So I want to look comfortable, but I also want to be cute. Like I want to turn heads. Yes, I do. I'm sorry. It's true.
No, I think that's okay.
Yeah.
I think there's kind of a taboo, people are like, well, I dress for myself, and you can also want that. So I hear you. I love that, where you want people, not necessarily, you don't dress for them, but you appreciate when you get that positive feedback.
And I'm one of those girls, like if I'm in public and I'm like staring at you because you look fabulous, like I'm going to tell you, I'm going to hype you up. I'm going to let you know.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
As we're transitioning, right now we're recording in October, but October is not the only time for costuming and dress up. What are some occasions where you have identified as handy to be able to go into your closet and pull something out, like, oh, I have this thing, and if you have, I know you have some examples of stuff, if you want to start to share some of those examples as well. What are some things that you dress up for, and then how do you dress up for them?
So we have seasons throughout the year. We're in quarter 4 right now. It's October. Then it's going to be November, which we have Thanksgiving, and then we have Christmas, and then we have, New Year's, and then we have like February, Valentine's Day,
even President's Day,
Easter, all of these amazing holidays. And it's so fun. I don't know about you, but I love being festive. I love getting into the season. I love being a part of it. And I love, making it special with certain clothing, or just like cute little ears. I have my little elf ears that I love to just throw on and add a little extra spice to my updos sometimes.
It has earrings on it. That is hilarious.
Already on. And like I literally I can wear them as elf ears. I wore them with a witch hat to a little party that I went to with my girlfriends. Sometimes I just throw them on to see if anyone's paying attention. And like, are those elf? Like, is she wearing elf ears? Like,
that's hilarious. So those are definitely multi-use. So if you're like a Lord of the Rings fan and you have a Lord of the Rings party, if you have like a Christmas thing, you can do some Christmasing. If you're Halloween, then, depending on how you style the rest. And I would imagine those aren't like super expensive.
No, I actually got them on sale at the mall at Hot Topic. They have those seasonal sales, you guys. Let's get into it. Seasonal sales are the best time to go and bulk purchase. It's what I like to do. The first one is literally a couple weeks away. Halloween. The day of Halloween, late that day or the next day or that night, I will go and I will purchase everything 50% off and stock up on like fishnets, fake lashes, and like the little ears. Like you can grab little headbands. These tattoos, they don't expire. So you can use these year round. Let's say like your daughter's going to a party and it's like a cheetah theme. Like you just never know when you're going to need something to just throw together really, really quickly.
Even if, so like at school, let's say they're, and especially in preschool, they're talking about animals. I think it would be fun if I had a little boy to put a bunch of spots on him and send him, instead of having freckles, have like the little spots on his face with the little tattoos. I mean, how cute would that be? That
would be so cute. And they also have Spirit Week. My sons have Spirit Week at their school where they dress up as certain things or they wear a certain thing. And I always have something to add to it, like maybe some face paint or something for like a certain color for whatever school they go to. So that's why I like to stock up and get them when they're 50% off, because then I can use them for years to come. And they're like, Mom, you just have all this random stuff. Yeah, but we end up using it eventually.
Yeah. How old are your boys?
They're 9. They're in 4th grade.
Oh, wow. So there's a lot of opportunities. What kinds of things do you dress them up for?
I love to dress them up for the holidays. So at our church, we have our Christmas Eve service and they always have pictures. So last year I dressed my sons up as the Grinch and we went and people were pulling them over to take pictures with them because they're twins and they were both dressed the same. And it was just so fun. And it just made it that much more special. I love to put bunny ears on them in the spring when the flowers are blooming here and it's beautiful. I'll put bunny ears on them and then we can take like Easter pictures or get like cute little Easter clips of them at the park. And it's super affordable. A lot of the times I just go to the Dollar Tree and grab like some ears. It's the easiest way to do it. And it's the most affordable way. For Valentine's Day, I always have I will put on some red lipstick and then I'll kiss their little cheeks.
I love that. That is so low budget and so cute and creative. Let's talk about it by holiday. We have Savers and Goodwill for just general purchases. What about where's your favorite Halloween store? What's your go-to spots for Halloween?
Okay, I have a couple. So Savers and Goodwill around the Halloween time, they have costuming there. They have clothing there. For instance, my friend was like, hey, I want to be Tinkerbell for Halloween. Can you give me some tips and tricks? And I said, well, let's go to Goodwill. We got these wings for $3. We found her the cutest green dress. We cut it up. We took the sides and then we pinned it and we made it into a cute Tinkerbell dress. And it was I think the dress was $10 and the wings were $3. And then we just did cute makeup. And the pieces of fabric that we cut off, we actually made into little handbands for her outfit.
Nice.
And that was for Halloween. You can also go, like I said, Walmart's a great place to shop. The Dollar Tree, if you just want something quick and easy, like some tattoos and a cute little headband, it's super affordable and they have good stuff there. And I feel like when you incorporate different things, and like I said, on Halloween, everything is 50% off, not just the candy, but the makeup, the ears, the tails, the costuming, the fishnets. I actually bought some fishnets that I wear with shorts and other outfits year round. I don't just wear them on Halloween. I wear them all the time, actually.
And so that's Halloween. I would imagine at Thanksgiving time, there's Black Friday, which everybody shops on Black Friday. What about in the spring? Where's your spring go-to places for your bunny ears and for your, founding fathers outfits and things like that? Where's your go-to places in the spring and summer?
I love to go to Ross in Burlington. I feel like you can find really cute things there for myself, for my kids. Again, it's one of those one-stop shop places where you don't have to go to a bunch of different stores to find what you're looking for. It's size friendly for all shapes and sizes and genders. So I can find something for me. I can find something for my boys. And then it's really affordable too. I love that you can sometimes find some really good name brand stuff for really good prices there. Target, I love Target sales. When I go into Target, I go straight to the sales rack. They have really good sales. And what happens is a season happens and then the season ends and there's all of these clothes they don't know what to do with. Right. So they just put them on sale. I will shop a year in advance for the next season. I buy for the spring in the winter. When it goes on sale, I'll buy like my winter stuff for next year.
Yes.
And then when the spring stuff goes on sale because it's about to be summer, then I'll purchase for that year.
What kind of ideas can you give to our parents once they've purchased things, how to purge and make sure that they have room in their houses?
It gets pretty obvious when my twins are growing out of something and the shorts that were going down to their knees are now like up above their knees on their thighs. And so I'm like, okay, it's time. I'm getting better with time. I'm giving myself grace. I'm getting better at being like, okay, this is too small for you. I redonate it if it's in good condition. There's no holes, which is really rare when it comes to jeans with my boys because they love to just knee slide onto things. I'll redonate back to Goodwill, and they actually give you kind of a tax break on that as well.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of lucky because the boys have older cousins, and so we get a lot of hand-me-downs from my sister, who also thrift shops. And then whatever we don't take, she just donates back to Goodwill or Savers.
Mm-hmm. Right now, I know a lot of our families are trying to be more conscientious about budgets and making sure that whatever they're doing is really budget friendly. Do you have any tips for how to keep a good budget for folks? Or like, how much do you allot for each of your holiday shopping sprees?
I recycle stuff. So once I buy those bunny ears, I will put them in my bunny box in the garage that's marked, and I reuse them. I recycle them over and over. There's no need for me to buy more if I already have. So a lot of the stuff I just save because I know I'm going to need it. But I budget my boys for school. There's a budget. This is how much this is how much I'm spending on each boy. Now that they're a little older, I'm giving them the freedom to choose within boundary of their style and what they get. And I think it's important to just kind of like have a mental note of what you can afford, how you're going to budget yourself for that year. So halfway through the year, they obviously have grown. We're going to rebudget, and this is the amount we're going to spend for the last half of the year.
So you give them an allotment at the beginning of the year and then at the middle of the year to take them through the whole year. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I think, we have many families who really struggle economically. And I love the idea of asking siblings or asking family members, what do you have that we can use?
There's also places that donate clothes to families. You could get donations. I don't know if it's through, I think it might be through some of the churches or something. But I remember when I was younger, like we would get clothing donations. We would go places where they were just giving clothes to families in need.
Mm.
I
think that's a great, actually, I know it may be a little strange, but I think that would be a great activity to do during Thanksgiving. Mm-hmm. Is to bring clothes that you don't use anymore to Thanksgiving and have each other like go through piles of clothes and just trade up, because you don't necessarily have to spend money, all the time in order to accomplish a certain look or to be right for Halloween. I think people can spend a lot of unnecessary money at Halloween. It's more because, and I say unnecessary because a closet is full of things that you can repurpose, that you don't wear anymore, I love the Tinkerbell idea, right? You can cut that up and then you can use it. Do you have any other really good tips for parents at just specifically Halloween and dressing up?
So, really quickly, I want to start with the teachers, if that's okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
So these are solo ideas that you can literally make from your closet for teacher-friendly costuming. So the little Smarties candies that come in a little pack. So you could be smarty pants. You just take a pair of jeans, you take some construction paper colored, and you put the little S on it, and then you just glue it to your pants, and you're a smarty pants.
That would be actually really cute.
Book fairy, that's why I had the wings too. You just wear a tutu, grab some wings, and then you just carry a wand made of pencils, and then you carry a book.
Oh, I love it. So for the pencils, you would tape the pencils together?
Mm-hmm. I thought I had pencils, but yeah, you would just kind of take your pencils and then just take some regular tape and put them together, and that's your wand.
And it doesn't have to be like a 4-foot wand. It could be, 3 pencils together. I love that.
Whereas Waldo's super easy. It's just a red hat with stripes, or a red striped shirt, a beanie, and some glasses. So let's get into parent-child duo costumes.
Okay.
Farmer plus baby chick. I love this idea. It's so cute. You wear denim with a flannel, and then your baby just wears yellow fluffy onesie.
Oh, that's super easy.
Yep. Yellow shirt or like a little yellow tutu. And they're like, cheep, cheep, cheep.
That's so easy. Even a yellow, like a little yellow fluffy onesie, you can buy that pretty, and it's useful. So when the season is over, you can still use that onesie.
You
to
could
just
use it
wear
for
it.
Easter. When they're Easter, you cut in as a little chick.
So I love that. I love that. Flannel, denim, fluffy, yellow outfit. Easy.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you have that in your closet.
A baker plus the cupcake. You're the baker, and your child is a sweet little cupcake.
Oh. So tell me what that looks like. What would I wear as a baker?
Your what's that called? You put it over
Bandana?
No, it's the thing that you put on so food doesn't get on you.
Oh, apron.
You put on your apron, and then you have a little baker's hat. Or you could just have on a white tee with jeans and your baker's hat. Keep it super simple.
Nice.
And then the child would have on like a little tutu for the little
icing
cupcake. Yeah. And then maybe some little cute sprinkles in the hair.
I love that.
Bee and beekeeper. One's the buzzing bee and one's the brave beekeeper. So that same yellow onesie that you used for the baby chick, you could just take some like a Sharpie or some paint and go across it with black lines. And then that could and then you have a little bee. Because you know how sometimes during the holidays or like there's a lot of Halloween parties that I've been invited to. So if I want to switch up my outfit in the baby's outfit, like it's easy because I already have, the things that I need.
And these are all gender neutral. So whether you have, because I think sometimes people like to dress girls in fairy outfits and boys in policeman outfits. I love everybody dressing like everything personally, because it's dress up. Like no one's taking on the identity of any of these things, right? It's just dressing up. So, but
a baby chick be a boy or a girl.
Yeah, it could be a boy or a girl. I love this. And then, so what will we have for the beekeeper's outfit?
Okay, so for the beekeeper, you are going to need a hat, and then you're going to just take some like nylon or something and put it over the front.
Then you just glue it to the brim. You have, and then you can wear any monochromatic outfit. So like black top, black bottom, brown top, brown bottom, green top, green bottom. I love it. Super,
whatever
super
is comfortable
simple
for you. Yeah.
That is so simple. And I mean, we're talking about a whole budget of a marker and maybe, what is that? Of 12 inches worth of nylon and a little hat. I love it. Give me some more.
Let me see. Sunflower and a gardener. You carry a watering can. You can literally get that at the Dollar Tree for $1.25 now. And then they're just the cute little blooming flower. And you could do this so many ways. One way you could do it is you could get a hat if they have a little hat, and then you could take construction paper and just glue little petals on them. You could also have a tutu that could be the petals around their waist. So you can, however, whatever's more comfortable for your child in that situation. And I think that is like a cute way. And again, you could even use the yellow onesie.
Man, we're using that onesie to death. That onesie is getting all the use. I love it.
Yes. 3 different ideas for 3 different parties, and all the stuff for the adult is basically pretty much in your house.
Nice. I love it.
We have group family costumes. So these ones are pretty, I'm saying basic because they're like kind of like go-tos, but like the Toy Story crew, you see those ones a lot, where one person's Woody, Jesse, Buzz, and Little Bo Peep. My favorite one is Care Bears. I remember loving this show as a kid. Super Mario, we actually did this one as a family. It was really fun. With Luigi, I was Princess Peach, and then Toad. And then a new one, because this movie came out just a little while ago, is the Encanto family. There's something for everybody. There's a character for everyone. And you can include even like uncles and aunts in this one, which is what I love.
Okay. And then depending on the colors they wear and things like that, I love it.
Mm-hmm. And then just school supplies. One person's a pencil, one person's an eraser, one person's the notebook. Those are all the ones that I wrote down.
Yeah, I think those are terrific ideas. Very, very easy. Like your whole family could be corn. You got the yellow onesie again, and then just everyone else's yellow outfits, you know. Like there's so many things that you can do. Do you ever use Pinterest to get ideas, or where do you get your ideas?
Pinterest, TikTok, ChatGPT. Sometimes I would like to, because I have a creative mind, but I also am a visual learner. So like, I'm like, oh, I want to bring this to life. So I'll look up something that somebody else did, and then I'll find a way to make it my own.
How do you include your boys in, or how do you include children in the making of the costumes?
Oh, so I let them choose. First of all, I'm like, what, which sometimes bites me in the butt, but because I have twins and they're exact opposites, but we try to come together and communicate through, okay, what are we going to be this year for Halloween? And then I let them choose. And then we go, into my box of costuming, because I bargain shopped and got it for 50% off the year before and the year before that. And then we just pick and choose colors and certain things, and we kind of bounce ideas off each other. And then I'm a little OCD, but I have to take a step back and let them cut things and glue things and experiment and just feel good in the costume that they created. And we'll focus, for me, I have to focus on one kid at a time. Otherwise, one's trying to use the hot glue gun and one's trying to cut, and I can't do it.
But you know, Oak Tree is, our preschool's Oak Tree are hands-on and they're experiential. And rather than let's just go purchase this thing, let's make it. Let's figure out how to make it. There's so many skills embedded in that. So you, as you're describing what you do with your family, there's collaboration, there is compromise, there's agency, and all of those fall under social and emotional learning. With your flowers, you have to estimate how many flowers. People don't realize that, but that's a math skill because you're talking about distribution and proportion. You may even have some science where you're throwing in colors and you're mixing colors, but we're always trying to encourage our parents to look at all of those opportunities to point some of this stuff out. Because, you know, often people just do things and they're like, oh, I just made a costume. No, you use math, you use science, you use your social skills, you use your emotional skills. And so I think it's a really good way, especially for people who follow us and who are at our schools who are listening, to understand this is yet another way to achieve May for Pre-K at home. And so I love all of these ideas. Is there like somewhere that you think you would absolutely positive, like everyone should go if they're looking for a budget, they're looking for clothes or costumes? Where's one place or a couple places that you think, before we sign off, because we're getting close to time, that you would recommend?
I also really quickly going back to the what you were just saying,
Yeah.
I wanted to add, it's really important for us as parents and as nurturers to let our kids express themselves creatively and let them feel good about that. I know that with my boys, when we create something together and I give them the free, like, creative freedom to put things where they want, it's building them up and to believe in themselves, to trust themselves, to know that, okay, I can do this, kind of a thing. And the top places, if you first decide on the costume, and then second, I would always shop at a thrift store, because I'm not going to be afraid to cut anything. It's very low budget to like grab something, and if you're going to cut it up anyway, or you know what I mean, like, it just makes more sense. And then for crafting stuff, Dollar Tree, Michael's, and my last choice, because it is a little pricey sometimes, Hobby Lobby, but they always have like 40-50% off, especially if you catch them right after a holiday or on I think Thursday's the day that their new sales come out.
Nice. All right. Well, before we wrap up, can you tell us, I love your ideas. I want people to follow you and be able to find you. So why don't you tell us all the things, all the ways that we can find Zabrielle?
Well, I am across all platforms. You can search Zabrielle Little if you want to find my fashion, makeup, beauty tips on TikTok. And I do a lot of influencing for TikTok Shop and different brands that I love and believe in. And for my jewelry business, also on TikTok and Facebook, it's Zabalicious Jewels.
Well, thank you so much for having a conversation with me. I hope you enjoyed telling us all about this stuff.
I'm honored, and I had such an amazing time.
Excellent.
If you like what you heard, or even if you have some feedback, put a comment in our comment section. Be sure to like our page and make sure that you subscribe so that you can hear when the next video comes out. Thanks so much again for joining us.